Hello, everyone. My name is Pedro Agand. I'm a sophomore student studying computer science at Simon Fraser University. And today I'm going to talk about variables in Python. Variables in Python, like any other language, are really essential. Since consider we don't know the value of something and inside our code, how we can actually write that code. Or for example, we are using some value multiple times inside our code. So what's the best way to make the writing the value itself multiple times? Or for example, the value that we have is changing over time. This and all the lots of other cases makes the variables really essential for us. So inside the variable, there are three different things that is associated with it. So a variable in Python includes three different things. The first thing is the name of the variable. The second thing is the value of that variable. And the last but not least is the type. So as an example in here, consider a name to be, for example, a family. And then the value inside it, for example, is like Jordan, which include in double quotation, because the type of it is actually str. Or another example would be the age, which as an example, we have it like 20, and the type is integer. So these three different things that associate with a variable inside the Python is really important. And right now we are going to dive to it as an example that we are given a weight on Earth and we want to compute the corresponding weight on Mars. So let's dive in. So here is the code that we have provided right now. At first, it may look a lot to take in, but I will break into it as we go by. At first, you see on the very top, we have the triple single quotation, which is used to provide a documentation of any code. After that, on line 10, you can see we have our first variable in here, which is all capitalized. The reason for that is because we want to tell the users as a readability factor that this is a constant variable. So remember, it's not mandatory to make your variable all capitalized, but in here as a readability thing, we try to make it all capitalized so the users understand it's a constant thing. So we are going to solve it in 4 different steps. As you can see on line 21, I don't want to go deep to it. Just consider it's a thing which ensures that the interpreter tell the interpreter that if this code is actually run as a main function, it goes to the def.main, which we are putting all of our code there. So we are doing this code in 4 different steps. Earth weight, which is in here going to be given from the input. I'm going to ask the user to please enter the weight on Earth. After that, on step 2, since the thing that we are actually obtaining here is a string, so I'm gonna make my variable more readable by adding the str to it. And on the step 2, since my variable is actually a string, and the thing that I'm gonna do is actually a float operation, I'm gonna do the conversion in here and say that, okay, Earth weight is gonna be a float of Earth weight str. On a step 3, I'm going to compute the Mars weight, which is going to be Mars weight is equal to Earth weight times the Mars multiplier. And on step 3, on step 4, I'm gonna print the weight on Mars is. So I'm gonna do the concatenation in here, the Mars weight. But the only thing that you need to remember in here is that the Mars weight is actually in here a float, because all of the computation was float. So in here, I need to do again the conversion or the casting again to make it into a string so that these two things can be concatenated. This was all we have for today. Thanks so much. Take care. Goodbye.